Welcome back from that short break. I'm glad you're still watching Life Stories. Let's get to find out what exactly happened in Butabika. So, Sunday, when you go to Butabika, how was it? What did they first tell you?
When we reached Butabika, they came to realize that I wasn't mad.
Okay.
They came to realize that there is something that had drove me to that situation. So I was taken to the post-traumatic department. They realized that my mind was traumatized according to what had happened to me. I was still sane somehow because I narrated everything to them, but some moments I would get off. That's when they gave in all their hearts now to help me. Then they started putting me on medication. They got me counselors, they got me doctors who would talk to me. They tried to work on my mind. And I spent there 3 months. These people also advised me to always share my story with those people. Even the visitors the visitors who would come, I would share my story with them. So it became part of me. It was part of my healing. So these people worked on me. For that period of 3 months, they really worked on me. And I'm so much grateful for Butabika Mental Referral Hospital. And it is in Butabika that I've gotten the strength now.
To come out and sensitize.
Yes, it is in Butabika I've gotten the confidence. It is in Butabika I've gotten time to think about how really human trafficking is. Because in Butabika, I've sat down, I've compiled information on human trafficking, basing on my story. With my story, I can now sensitize on human trafficking. This one shows the 3 months I've spent in Butabika. This is what I've made that I believe can work can help me, can guide me when I'm sensitizing. It is an anti-human trafficking sensitization, awareness and advocacy campaign. And now I want to come out, I talk to the public, I sensitize to the youth, I go to churches, I go to communities, I go to anywhere provided I've gotten a platform. I want Uganda to know that this thing is real.
It's real and it's happening.
And it is happening.
Yes.
Zwena, the kind of life I passed through, I wouldn't wish any other person to pass through that life. There is no reception center for human trafficking victims. If this reception center was there, I would go there straight the very first day. But it wasn't there.
Do you think the police has helped your problem?
Police is still carrying out...
Still investigating,
yes,
but
it is.
You feel it's done something for you?
I have no problem with police.
Okay.
Let them come, because the thing is, they are fighting to see how they can get these people.
See, and I'm glad you're saying they're really doing a good job.
Yes, with the police...
Because they have a lot to do, a lot of cases to handle.
Yeah, but they told me that in case they need me for further investigations, they would contact me. And they have my contact. Okay. So I'm waiting. So
how many months is it now since you went through that?
I escaped in March.
March.
So months have passed.
Months.
Yeah,
Yes.
months have passed. It has taken long. And I'm not looking at what Charles had done to me now. I've gotten all this psychological treatment from Butabika. There is a lot ahead of me, so I have to focus on tomorrow, not what happened yesterday. If God blesses me, I want to start up an organization. And I will call it Broken Silence Initiative Uganda. An organization that has a reception center for human trafficking victims. Because this vice is not ending today. But health-wise, I'm okay. My private parts were dealt with so well, I'm fine. My blood is clean, I thank God for that. I'm still negative. So it is like I passed through something to be a testimony, that's what I can guess. And I don't want to keep silent.
But I'm really glad you came out to sensitize the public. To the surprise of the doctors and caretakers at the facility, his recovery and response to treatment was faster than expected. Few days after official discharge, Sunday is positive and optimistic that things will turn out for better. However, his determination and zeal to sensitize and make awareness on human trafficking overrides every other thing. Thank you for watching Life Stories. I'm here at Butabika Hospital with Sister Alice Kabakwenuzi, the in charge of Drug and Alcohol Unit. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Now, when you received Sunday, what state was he in?
He was brought here by a colleague who was once our patient. When they arrived here, Sunday was so depressed. He didn't know what he was next in his life because he had gone through a lot. But after him narrating his story to me, I was able to detect he was very depressed. He was traumatized because of what he went through, which made him end up taking alcohol in order to be able to forget whatever he went through.
And how was he as a patient, and how was his progression?
In the beginning, he seemed to be fearing everybody who was around. Then the other thing, he was eager to tell his story to everybody. So because he told me that the more he talked to people, the more he tried to forget, and now after noticing that Sunday had both an alcohol problem and trauma, so he felt this was the best place for him to be helped.
Okay, but mainly it was trauma, right?
It was trauma.
Okay.
Alcohol wasn't his major problem. From the history I got from him, the major problem was that trauma, which was now forcing him to abuse substances in order to forget what he had gone through. Okay. There are people who will come and in a short time they adjust, and then there are those who may take long due to very many other reasons. But for him, he was discharged after seeing that he had made a progress. He would go back and live a normal life because the suicidal ideas had now stopped. He was really willing to continue with the life from the way he was talking, because we continued with our observations.
I'm sure you have a message to the people who are watching us right now.
To the people outside there, we know very many people are being traumatized in many ways. Like Sunday's example, we have people who are traumatized from their own homes, wife and husband, children by their parents. Those people need help. And even we have people who are taking substances, abusing alcohol, abusing marijuana. But not everybody enjoys what he or she does. Many people are answering the questions in their lives. So it's not good for us to keep on maybe blaming them. Butabika is ready to offer the support. Because when these people come here, they become more open. And they tell us many things that people who are living with them don't know. And then we get to help them, because we've seen very many improving and going back to be better people. The services are free, much as we have a private ward, but that is somebody's wish to go to the private ward. But all the other services are free. One can come and be helped.
Okay, thank you so much for your time.
You're welcome.
I'm here with Dr. David Basangwa, a senior consultant psychiatrist and an executive director of Butabika Referral Mental Hospital. Welcome to the show, Doctor.
Thank you.
Apart from dealing with the mentally ill, what other services does Butabika Hospital offer?
Butabika also handles many other medical conditions. So if there are people that have problems with mental problems or with other forms of health issues, we are open 24 hours a day for 7 days to support people with these problems. But we are also largely a training center, because we train people in mental health care. We do research, and we support other facilities in looking after the mentally sick.
So a message to the people out there that are going through what Sunday is going through.
Yeah. Butabika Hospital, being a mental health facility, started a unit that looks after people that are psychologically traumatized. We call it the Psychotrauma Center. So the case of Sunday, he went through real difficult time after what the perpetrators did to him. But the good news is that at the end of the day, he was able to accept coming to Butabika Hospital for help. He had a problem with addiction, but was also going through other psychological problems. So we were able to help them deal with the addictive problem, but we were also able to help him deal with the other psychological injuries that he suffered And the good news is that he's now doing well. He's able to cope with the challenges that he went through. And we believe Sunday is one of those people that should now be able to do whatever he wants to do, contribute to national development. Something would probably not be able to do if he had been left untreated, because then he would continue deteriorating both physically and mentally.
Thank you so much for your time, and thank you so much for the good work you're doing for our country. We really appreciate it.
Pleasure.
We're here with Mr. Binoga Moses, Commissioner of Police and the Coordinator Anti-Human Trafficking National Task Force. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
How intense is human trafficking in Uganda?
Human trafficking in Uganda is actually tense. The rate is high, and it is happening both at the national level, domestic level, and then the transnational level. According to the statistics of the number of victims we have so far, my office has been trying to analyze which have been recovered from all of the agencies handling in this case. We had a total of 719 victims registered in last year, and out of whom 311 were victims of internal human trafficking here, and then 398 were victims of transnational trafficking in persons. And also we had 194 children for both transnational and domestic trafficking in persons. When they go out, when they expect to get jobs, and they don't get them, others are forced to do different jobs from what they had applied for when they are living in the country, and then others are forced into forced prostitution for the benefit of their masters or who controls them there. And then we have had also unconfirmed reports of some Ugandans who could have lost internal organs abroad in the process, among those who have been taken. The government has taken up a number of actions. First of all, human trafficking is a bit complicated. Is a complex crime.
Yes, it is.
And it involves the participation of very many players. So the government of Uganda has tried to bring together the various players into this finding a solution to this crime. Last year, a total of about 150 cases of human trafficking was registered, and a total of 146 suspects arrested, and over 50 of them were taken to court. And we had 4 convictions which were achieved in last year. So what we advise the people is that let them use licensed recruiters. Human trafficking is real. Let them be on the lookout. People should not allow their children to be given away to individuals that they are going to be assisted, they are going to be given scholarships without taking due analysis, due consider of the people whom they are handing over the children. Let them involve the local authorities, RDC's office, DSO's offices, DPC, before they hand over their children to some of those organizations which are purported to go to the villages that they want to assist, because some of these children are instead being taken for other rebel activities, other activities which are criminal.
That was it from Mr. Binoga Moses, Commissioner of Police and the Coordinator Anti-Human Trafficking National Force. You're watching Live Stories. It's only right that we should all work hard and play our part to stop human trafficking, government, civil rights groups and individuals, not only because of personal and psychological toll it takes on society, but also because it facilitates the illegal movement of immigrants across borders and provides a ready source of income for organized crime groups, like in the case of Sunday. Thanks a million for tuning in today. I'm Zuena Chirimasali. Till next Sunday, God bless you.